Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Vindhya Mataji, whenever you're ready, you can please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare
Achyuta
Krishna.
Mataji, you want to share the screen or do you want me to say the screen? Okay, I can share. You can start, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Navaram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasyam Tatujayam Udiraye Nasta Preshu Abhareshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Nasteke. Today we are reading from Canto 8, Chapter 6. The demigods and demons declare a truce. Text 1 through 9. Text 1. Sri Sukadev Goswami said, O King Parikshit, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, being thus worshipped with prayers by the demigods and Lord Brahma, appeared before them. His bodily effulgence resembled the simultaneous rising of thousands of suns. Text 2. The vision of all the demigods was blocked by the Lord's effulgence. Thus, they could see neither the sky, the directions, the land, nor even themselves. What to speak of seeing the Lord who was present before them? Text 3 through 7. Lord Brahma, along with Lord Shiva, saw the crystal clear personal beauty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose blackish body resembles a Marakata gem. Eyes are reddish like the depths of a lotus, who is dressed with garments that are like molten gold, and whose entire body is attractively decorated. They saw his beautiful, smiling, lotus-like face, crowned by a helmet bedecked with valuable jewels. The Lord has attractive eyebrows, and his cheeks are adorned with earrings. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva saw the belt on the Lord's waist, the bangles on his arms, the necklace on his chest, and the anchor bells on his legs. The Lord is bedecked with flower garlands. His neck is decorated with the Kaustuba gem, and he carries with him the goddess of fortune and his personal weapons, like his disc and club. When Lord Brahma, along with Lord Shiva and the other demigods, thus saw the form of the Lord, they immediately fell to the ground, offering their obeisances. Text 8. Lord Brahma said, although you are never born, your appearance and disappearance as an incarnation never cease. You are always free from the material qualities, and you are the shelter of transcendental bliss resembling an ocean. Eternally existing in your transcendental form, you are the supreme subtle of the most extremely subtle. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme, whose existence is inconceivable. Text 9. O best of persons, O Supreme Director, those who actually aspire for supreme good fortune worship this form of your Lordship according to the Vedic Tantras. My Lord, we can see all the three worlds in you.
Thank you so much, Vindhya Mataji. Achyuta Mataji, please take over the call. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Let me. Sorry. I lost my window here to share. Okay.
Sorry, Mataji, we are having some problem.
Yeah, Mataji, I lost my window here too. Okay, 1 second. Sorry about that. Share my screen. Okay. We'll start with prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Sundaran Prabhu for giving this opportunity. Thank you Vidya Mataji for reading the verses. So we're starting a new chapter here. It says it is titled Demigods and Demons Declare a Truce. So we saw in the last chapter that the demigods are praying, headed by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. They are praying for the Lord to appear, and they are basically the demigods are in a precarious situation. So they approached Lord Brahma, and then Lord Brahma went. He took all the demigods along with Lord Shiva to this ocean of milk, and on the island, which is basically where Shvetadweep is, where Lord Vishnu resides. And it is interesting that Lord Brahma is praying to the Lord, and he's without knowing that the Lord actually, he had never seen the Lord. He had never seen where he resides. He had never seen. We saw that in the last chapter, but he had heard from the scriptures that the Lord lives on Shvetadweep island. So based on this knowledge, based on this understanding from the scriptures, he went to that to the ocean of milk, and he started praying to the Lord. So similarly, we do not personally see the Lord. We do not personally have any experience. At least I'm talking about myself, but most of us, we don't have personal experience about the Lord, or his form, his qualities, his pastimes. But we know from the scriptures. We can understand from the scriptures. We can understand from the authorities. We can understand from our gurus that the Lord is such and such. He has these qualities. He has he has this particular form. He lives he lives here, and this is how he deals with devotees. And we've seen many different prayers in these pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are very fortunate to have access to these prayers that are very authentic. They're very they're basically by these prayers the Lord have appeared before the devotees. So this is one of the prayers by the demigods, especially headed by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. And these are the prayers that are offered by them, and this made the Lord appear before them. So this is a very these set of prayers are very authentic. And if we want to pray, of course we can use our own choice of words, and our own prayer, our own prayers that is there for the Lord. But one of the things that we can also do is we can also chant these prayers which are authentic and which have been already chanted by the previous by devotees in the previous yugas. So in this particular chapter, in the previous chapter, we saw that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are praying and offering and basically calling out his different qualities. And in this particular chapter, we will see that the Lord has appeared before them. So Lord Brahma is continuing his prayers from, and then the first thing that he mentions is Lord Brahma. He says, he said even in the previous chapter we saw this, that he has no material qualities. He is beyond birth and death. He is eternal. So he continues that, and then the Lord appears in front of the demigods. So it says in the first verse, thus being worshipped with prayers by the demigods and Lord Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, being thus worshipped with prayers by the demigods and Lord Brahma, appeared before them. Excuse me. His bodily effulgence resembled the simultaneous rising of thousands of suns. So when the Lord appeared, he did not, he was extremely effulgent, and he was so effulgent that it basically blocked everybody's vision. The Lord, nobody could see anything. Nobody even could see themselves. Nobody could see, because the effulgence was so bright. It was like thousands of suns illuminating at the same time. So the vision of the demigods was blocked by the Lord's effulgence. They could not see anything. They could not see the sky. They could not see the directions. They could not see the land. They couldn't even see themselves. So that's how. So basically, this is the effulgence, or this is the Brahma Jyoti of the Lord, as we know from the scriptures. And then the form of the Lord is described, and what he's wearing, how he's ornamented, how he's decorated is described. And so basically the first people who could see the Lord was Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. And what they saw was they saw the blackish body, which resembled a Markata gem. We probably we don't know what a Markata gem is, but it's at least I am not sure what it is, but it seems like a very it's like a blackish gem. And so that is the color of the Lord. That is the color of the body of the Lord. And his eyes, how are his eyes? His eyes are reddish like the depth of a lotus. And he is dressed in yellow garments like which is like molten gold. So that molten, so it's even that yellowish, all of these colors actually are of the spiritual world. We probably do not have experience seeing them in this material world. So that's why there is there is something, it's mentioned here like molten gold, so that we can understand, that how that yellow color must be. So just to get an idea. And whose entire body was attractively decorated. So what was it decorated with? It was decorated with, he was crowned by helmet, which was bedecked with valuable jewels. And they saw his beautiful smiling lotus-like face. And the Lord has attractive eyebrows. His cheeks are adorned with earrings. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva saw the belt of the Lord's waist, the bangles on his arms, the necklace on his chest, and the ankle bells on his legs. The Lord is bedecked with flower garlands. His neck is decorated with the Kaustuba gem. He carries with him the goddess of fortune. So it seems from this verse that Lakshmi ji was also present. And his personal weapons like his disc and club. When Lord Brahma, along with Lord Shiva and the other demigods, saw the form of the Lord, they all immediately fell to the ground, offering their obeisances. So, so we saw that they offered many different kinds of prayers, different in the previous chapter, and now they saw the Lord appeared before them, and he was smiling along with along with Lakshmi ji. So so what they did immediately was they offered obeisances. So similarly, whenever we see the Lord in any form, in the form of a deity especially, we should immediately offer obeisances. And then Lord Brahma continues, although you are never born, your appearance and disappearance as an incarnation never cease. You are always free from the material qualities, and you are the shelter of transcendental bliss, resembling an ocean. Eternally existing in your transcendental form, you are supreme subtle of the most extremely subtle. We therefore offer respectful obeisances unto you. So Lord Brahma, he continues his prayers. He says that you're never born. You're eternal. You're like he said in the previous chapter. Also, we saw this, that he mentioned about the Lord being eternal. He mentioned that he is free from all material qualities. He is transcendental, and his form is always transcendental. And no matter in what form he appears in, he is always beyond birth and death, and he is always transcendental. So even Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, in the 4th chapter, Krishna says that he's unborn and his body is transcendental, which never deteriorates. And he appears every millennium in his transcendental form, in his original transcendental form. So, and then Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, again in the 4th chapter, he says, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, yada yada hi dharmasya, and predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. So it seems like the Lord, since there is a predominance in irreligion in the heavenly kingdom, at the time when the Lord, when the demigods were praying, so it would we can know that the Lord will appear, and which he did. So we'll see in the next few verses, in the next few chapters, that how the Lord, during Samudra Manthan, during the churning of the ocean, he appeared in not just in one form, in multiple different forms, and he helped the demigods. So so Krishna appears, in various different, and his in various different incarnations, and his incarnations, no matter how small they are always transcendental. They're always beyond material qualities. They're always beyond this birth and death situation. And he's not forced to appear like karma, like ourselves. We are forced to appear, as we are forced to appear, and we are forced to die. So, but the Lord's body and activities are all transcendental. So he's not forced. He appears out of his will. He disappears out of his will. So, and there is no limit to the Lord's appearance in different incarnations. So all of the incarnations are eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge, Satchidananda. So it's it's interesting that Lord Brahma, he's continuing to pray. So as soon as the Lord appeared, he prayed before the Lord appeared, and now that he got the audience of the Lord, he continued to pray. So these prayers are very potent. Even if we are in a situation like that, we should definitely pray. But even if we are not, we should continue to pray to the Lord. I should always have this prayerful mood. And then he says, Lord Brahma says, O best of persons, O supreme director, those who actually aspire for supreme good fortune, worship this form of your lordship according to the Vedic tantras. My Lord, we can see all the three worlds in you. So the Vedic mantras, they say that when the devotee sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he sees the Lord personally, face to face, he becomes aware of everything within this universe. So that's why Brahmaji is saying that, my Lord, we can see all the three worlds in you. So everything within this material world is fully manifested to the devotee who has seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we saw that even in the Dhruva Maharaj also, like, he when the Lord appeared before him, he touched him, on his he touched him, and then with his I'm not sure whether it was with his flute or something, or he personally touched him, but there was some touch, and because of that, he became fully aware, and he manifested certain symptoms of transcendence. So we see that this appearance, this face-to-face audience of the Lord, or his touch, it's very it's basically very um, uh, what do you say, you can it can manifest certain things. So like here, Brahma is saying that we can see all the three worlds in you. And it is also given in so how can we experience this is by approaching a spiritual master. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, tadvidhi pranipatena. So just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service to him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So a guru can also impart that kind of understanding, that kind of knowledge, that kind of realization unto us, because they have seen the truth. So Brahmaji is one of the 12 Mahajans. So he's one of the 12 authorities. So he's leading he's a leader of our parampara. So basically, he if he do what if we follow in his footsteps, we will also be able to realize the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada says, one must therefore accept the disciplic succession from Lord Brahma, and then one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead in fullness. And then here there's a word called Vishwamarto in this text that indicates that everything exists in the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who is able to worship him can see everything in him and see him in everything. So this is like everything rests within the Lord, all the three worlds rest within him, and he is the master of everything. So that is what Lord Brahma is saying. And then in the next few verses also, he will continue his prayers before the Lord actually offers a solution to the troubles that the demigods are going through. So I don't really want to take too much time, but this is all I had to share today. Sundaran Prabhu, if you have anything else, please feel free. Otherwise.
Thank you so much, Mataji. It's nice. Like you said, these prayers are very valuable to understand the relation of pure devotees like Brahma in this case. So specifically, the nature of Krishna as being transcendental or divyam is being elaborated in these prayers. So if we learn that understanding deeply, then that helps us to understand Krishna properly, in a full aspect, not just who is Krishna means Krishna is Supreme Lord. Not just that, but more than that, we can understand with the help of Prabhupada purports and the prayers like Brahma now, and our Acharya's commentaries also, and senior devotees classes on these topics like that. Yeah. So basically, in this section, what is being highlighted is how Krishna is transcendental and beyond normal birth and death that we know of. Like that. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing the meanings of the prayers very nicely. Can conclude then today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Panchakalptarvesha Kupa Sindhu Bhyavacha Aditana Pavnibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Hare Krishna.